Has this thought ever occurred for you? You know something is good, but it could be better. There's just something holding it back, its potential just out of arm's reach. This was pretty much me when it came to the Ocucor, a good gun with untapped potential. That all changed when this mod was released, and I'm going to show how you too can catapult this weapon to greatness. This build will primarily be an updated version of my previous one here. Check that one out if you want the specifics on getting the Ocucor to work. Moving on to the mod itself, Sentient Surge solves two of the biggest problems the Ocucor has: ammo and damage output. Unless you have Arcane Pistolier or Eject Magazine, you'll eventually have to reload the gun, which means resetting the tendril stacks, which leads to lower damage output, and we don't want that. This mod, however, practically gives the Ocucor an unlimited clip. Every kill restores 20% of the ammo in the chamber, and if that wasn't good enough, every tendril you stack from kills grants a 60% bonus to crit and status chance for a whopping total of 240%. That's essentially the equivalent of 4 status mods and a Prime Gambit mod with a little extra crit chance sprinkled on top. So on pen and paper, this sounds good, but how does it work in practice?
Hey, that's pretty good.
Alright, so let's take a look at the revised build itself to see just how we got here. As you can see, there are some things that still remain the same. We still have our primary damage dealing mods and we still have some of our status mods. However, the inclusion of Sentient Surge means we gotta shift some things around now. To make a long story short, keep these damage mods in, swap these mods out, and swap these mods in: Ruinous Extension, Scorch, and Ice Storm. These mods will give us a greater range, an extended clip, the ability to proc viral, and a little bit of heat proc sprinkled in there as well. All of this comes at the cost of a reduced initial crit chance thanks to the loss of Primed Gambit. But with Sentient Surge, we will be able to regain that crit chance and then some once we start stacking up kills. Now, the cherry on top, the glue that keeps this entire build together, is the introduction of Secondary Encumber. On a max level arcane, it gives a 24% chance to trigger a second random status effect every time you proc a status. And since the Ocucor is already a status heavy gun, this pretty much generates an endless amount of every single status proc on the target, especially if they aren't dead yet. This pairs exceptionally well with having the Ocucor naturally proc viral status, as all of the extra damage you'll be generating from Secondary Encumber will be boosted by the damage bonus from the viral status. Now that we have our build set up, how do we actually use the Ocucor?
That's the neat thing. You don't.
Okay, you still use the gun, but it's a lot more streamlined than how we would have used it back then. In the past, the Ocucor had to rely on other weapons to benefit from viral statuses. Now, however, it is capable of proccing all the statuses for itself, effectively standing on its own with little to no help. All you have to do is point, click, and the gun does the rest. The only other thing you really need to bring for this gun is either armor strip or damage boost to prevent your kill time from throttling. But other than that, this is the new and improved Ocucor. It has all the bells and whistles you're looking for in a top tier gun, and it has enough wiggle room in the build to tweak how you want it to perform, especially if you are lucky to have acquired a Riven mod for it. Well, that about wraps up this updated guide to the Sentient Surge Ocucor. If you like this video, please leave a like and hit that subscribe button. It very much helps the channel grow and gives me a greater incentive to make more of these videos. Until then, I will catch you folks later.